Well then, it's time.
It's time to talk about the big one.
It's time.
Cyhawk game.
We definitely need a sound.
So this is
Where's my button at? Chase.
This is your annual Cyhawk game where
Well, let's do a little recap of what they did last week going into this,
Yeah,
so we
go
know what
ahead.
the build-up leading into it.
go ahead. Please go ahead.
Please, Iowa State guy, can you talk about the lead-up?
I really don't want to talk about
Okay,
it.
you and I guy, go ahead.
I mean, I had fun watching the game for the most
So
part,
did I.
except for the
That
end.
was awesome.
Iowa State, they still just left a bunch of question marks. The one thing that I kept hearing from a bunch of people was, well, you and I just loaded the box and stopped Breece Hall. That's what every single team in the country is going to try and do.
And it worked.
And it worked.
What's the problem?
Make Brock Purdy beat them. That's what you and I.
See,
that's what you and I did.
It worked.
Granted, he did win. They did win.
They won by
I can go back
6.
to that.
They were-
I'll give you that.
they were-
But
Go ahead.
he had
Finish your.
23 rushes for what? 56 yards. That's not good.
Yes, I don't disagree with you, but here's something I saw from the 7th row, 50-yard line, and that was Brock Purdy getting icy hot rubbed on his shoulder. So I don't know what that was about, but I think that has to play a lot in the factor against the UNI game. So who knows what that has to bring about?
I mean,
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Quarterbacks have shoulder shoulders all the time.
Hey,
That is a homer comment.
hey,
Brock
They
Purdy is
had-
not a very good
they-
quarterback.
I'm not
Word.
saying he's a great quarterback.
He's
but
not
excuses.
good. He's not good. I don't know why people think he's so good. I don't understand. It just had one year he went off, and now everybody in the world thinks, oh, Brock Purdy. Why?
It wasn't even a year. It
it's
was
not
a month.
everybody. I'm sitting right here. I ain't saying that.
A lot.
There was
of
a lot
ISU
of
fans
there was
are
a lot
saying
of
that
Charlie
Brock
Kohler
Purdy-
talk too. And granted, Kohler's a great tight end. He didn't play.
He didn't play. We
How
don't
can
know.
you say there's a lot of Charlie Kohler talk and then
because people were
downplay
saying
him after he
people-
didn't play?
I didn't downplay him. I said he's good. But what I'm saying is he doesn't make this outlandish, crazy difference that completely blows out you and I like they should have if they're a true top 10 team.
Number 7 in the nation against UNI,
They weren't
who was not good last year.
not good.
And
They were
are they
32-point favorites.
Hey guys, there's the FCS and the FBS.
Yeah, they're not even in the FBS.
Their difference back in the day, D1 and D1 AA, correct?
Mhm.
Correct.
That is it.
Should a top 10 D1 FBS team
Ever.
ever come down to the last drive against an unranked at that time, by the way, they're ranked now. I looked at the rankings, pretty dope. UNI team
As
who was
32-point
FCS.
favorites. They were 32-point favorites.
Start at 37.5.
Started at 37.5.
You guys, that's scary.
So this is a good lead into what I'm trying to understand. What I'm not understanding is how in the world they are favorites over Iowa when Iowa just.
I don't get the favorites part.
I don't understand it because Iowa literally
I don't get that.
They blew Indiana out in the first half of that game.
But let's talk about that. The reason they blew them out was 3 plays, correct?
Okay, sure.
Iowa's offense outside of that long run really didn't look great.
Iowa's offense does what
The
Iowa's
problem
offense does.
is Indiana's quarterback decided to just hand the ball off to the other team twice, and those were the biggest defense problems.
Yeah.
Also, watching that game, Indiana could not get lined up against those 3 tight ends, 2 tight end looks. And the thing is, because they were putting 2 tight ends into the boundary a lot, and
Because they have tight ends that can move.
Coach Allen, whether it was on him or not, getting calls late, that long touchdown run, call late. They were lined up incorrectly. It was a touchdown almost no matter what, unless that corner decided not to dip in and he would have stayed leverage. So what I'm saying is, though, Iowa's offense is designed to just methodically try to beat teams.
Right.
That's all they have.
Run you to death.
Right? And rely on their defense mainly to score, apparently.
Right.
That defense, though, looked really good. Really, really good.
Very good.
That defense looked really good. And
Especially after all of us were
Really
hyping
good.
Indiana up, saying Indiana scores more than
I
Iowa.
was all over.
However,
Indiana plus 4.5.
well, Indiana's
I was all on
quarterback
it.
out of his injury last year did not look anywhere close. He looked scared.
Yeah.
So that was the issue. Same thing, Drew Burrow, by the way. That's the same topic.
Plug it back.
There you go.
Plug it back. That being said, flabbergasted might be the word I want to use. Flabbergasted.
At this line.
How
It doesn't make any damn
How
sense. It doesn't
is
make-
Iowa State favorites by 4.5?
to see, and this is what I was trying to tell you guys, that the house always wins. So these are like
Get closer to the mic, please.
sorry. these are like
Pulling us away from last week.
it's not a trap line, but I kind of feel like it is a trap line
Damn close.
because it just doesn't make sense. And there's something somewhere in Las Vegas or somebody who somewhere knows something that we don't know.
Probably
Because
because
this line makes no sense.
realistically, who's the better team?
Iowa.
No, false. False.
Okay, so we all
Okay.
just watched week 1 football.
Yep.
Both these teams play.
Yep.
What would ever make you think that
So-
Iowa State is a better football team than
Right
Iowa
now.
after what you just watched? Not even 7 days ago.
Tell me something. Tell me something right now.
Just tell me the games from last week.
Tell me something right now.
Go ahead. I was listening
Okay.
to you, Joshua.
If
Go ahead.
if week 1 in the NFL, and I know that's a little different, but week 1 NFL, right? Bucks win by a field goal. Are the Bucks just trash all of a sudden?
This is not a good comparison.
It was a really bad analogy.
Yeah, no. Nope. No. I just want you to tell me week 1, we all watched both those games. You cannot tell me after watching those football games that Iowa State is better than Iowa.
It's one game.
It's the only thing we have to go off.
This
of.
is all we're going
Facts.
off of. Facts of
I'm
what
going
just,
off of,
what
I'm
just
going off of
happened.
players. I'm going off of players. I'm going off of what.
So now what's going to happen is you're going to say now Kohler is just going to magically have a better ankle and he's going to magically come out here and
No, I'm going to say the offensive line is going to have a better mesh. They're going to have a better attack against the front seven against Iowa, and Breece Hall is going to have more holes to run open, and he's probably going to have at least 100 yards against this Iowa team. And
they couldn't move the ball against
Is that,
you and I.
is that a side bet? Is that a side bet?
They
Are you
couldn't
trying to
move the
side
ball
bet this?
against you and I.
I just
You guys, Iowa's
you're
defensive
trying
line
to-
is better than you and I.
Of course it is. Then you and I.
hey,
And more depth.
this is about opinions.
Oh my God.
You don't like your opinion, that's fine. So,
I love your opinion, Josh, and I love you, but this sounds stupid.
I'm telling you. Mark my words, it's going to happen.
I don't.
He's going over 100.
He's going over 100. Total yards.
What?
No.
What? Why?
Oh,
Total
now you
yards.
throw in total.
Yeah, total yards.
That's a different ballgame.
Oh, but that's different now all of a sudden.
Different than rushing yards?
Yeah, no, I know it's different, but then
Vastly different.
You just
They're two
said
different
front. Yeah, but who covers the running
What?
back? Front seven, right?
what were his
Strength
total,
of Iowa's
no,
front
they
seven.
also have
what were his
safeties.
total yards last week?
He had 23 carries and 69 yards against UNI. And you're going to tell me that
What were
now
his-
all of a sudden, next week now, are they getting anyone back on the offensive line that they were missing? The only person they're getting back is who? Kohler.
Yep.
Maybe Kohler.
Yeah,
And now
maybe,
you're going to tell
maybe.
me
He literally had 100
He had
yards
23 rushes for 69 yards against
Yep.
UNI.
I'm taking
And
over
now
now.
he's going to go up against Iowa, who's got a better front and get more yards.
Yes.
How many times did Brock Purdy throw the ball?
I got you.
I need something hard.
Yeah.
How many times did Purdy throw the ball last week?
26 attempts. 21, 26.
So for me, what I'm looking at is I think Purdy's going to have to throw the ball more, and Breece Hall's going to get less rushes. So you're trying to say, I personally think that in those 23 rushing attempts that they had, I think Purdy's going to have to throw the ball because I think they're going to be playing behind.
I was just going to ask, why does Purdy have to throw the ball? What
I
does
think they're gonna be playing
No.
behind.
What does Iowa do? What does Iowa do?
Use your teeth. What does Iowa do offensively or
Yes,
defensively?
offensively.
They
Run the ball?
Exactly. What's the strength of Iowa State's defense?
I have no idea.
Defensive line.
I couldn't say it.
Clearly, you guys haven't
It is,
done.
and they have their linebackers.
Yes.
Their
Yes.
linebackers are
Thank
good.
you, Mike Rose, preseason
Yeah,
All-American
they're
in the
running,
Big 12.
yeah, they're linebackers.
Uh-huh.
But that has not.
No,
linebackers
they're-
don't stop the run as much as
Correct.
your front.
Correct.
four.
Their front four. Hey,
up UNI's
Ryan,
stats there.
Ryan, you watched the game, right?
Yeah.
How good was the front four for Iowa State against UNI?
Oh, I think they look great.
It seemed like every single play that
They
UNI's
should.
quarterback.
It's UNI. It's an FCS school. You should dominate them. 100%.
Okay. Well, now you're just downplaying everything I say. So what's the point of even talking? So
I don't disagree with you. What I personally think on that though, like you said, is I think that they're going to be playing from behind, and I think that Breece Hall is going to get less than 23 touches,
No.
and so
understanding
in that
this.
he's going to have to extend those rushes that he gets.
Yeah.
Or those touches. I
He
just
will.
don't seeing that. I just
will.
don't see that happening.
I can't
But
see it.
but I do get where you're saying they have
Hey.
a week under their line. They have.
I think what will happen this week is Iowa's actually going to throw the ball a lot more than you think.
well, as they should, because the weakness of Iowa State is their secondary. So
Right, as we saw,
They can't
who was
cover.
number
A lot of
one.
play actions. Is that what
Quan
you're saying?
Hampton.
A lot of play
No,
action
Quan
pass.
Hampton on UNI, number one, was torching up Iowa State's
He
secondary.
looked good.
Right, torched him up. He almost had 100 yard receiving on him. UNI.
yeah,
Almost
I
had
didn't
100
watch
yard
the game.
receiving.
their
So I
secondary
can't go
did not
off eye
look
test.
good. That's what I said.
Did not look good.
But your question about Iowa, Oh, you said play action.
This isn't that bad.
I think it'll come off play action a little bit, but I really think that I was going to go a little more up tempo and throw a little more than we're used to, because they've been trying to. They've been getting receivers. Obviously, they always have tight ends. They always have offensive linemen. But they're trying to mold into this new day and age a little bit. When you have a defense, you can take those risks. And I think they're going to take those risks against an Iowa State back end that is not great.
Fair. And I'm going to bring up a crazy little stat that I told James before the podcast. This is a 1978 stat. Yes.
None of us were born.
Exactly.
Terrence, you're about 50. Got him.
No, but
he wasn't born then.
This
either.
is a good one. Iowa State meeting for the first time. AP ranked top 10 opponents. For the first time in school history, Iowa's faced Iowa State only one time when they were ranked in the top 10. That was in 1978. The outcome?
What was Iowa ranked?
I don't even think they were.
So it's never happened then.
Correct.
So
that's
top 10. Both top.
I'm
10s
sorry. Did you hear the stat?
Yeah, go finish. What was the score?
I'm sorry. But anyways, I did say that. But
I know. I just want to reiterate.
Thank you. They lost 31-0.
That's a good number. That was my college number.
31-0.
I kind of like that though. I kind of like that.
31-0.
Doesn't matter.
History
21.
repeats itself.
But Iowa wasn't ranked in that game, so history.
Guys,
repeats itself.
guys, we watched the games last week. I understand that Iowa State was going to do what Iowa State does in the first games, and it's always keep the game close. They do it every year. I understand that, but they did not look good as a football team. I'm sorry, you guys get me so excited. You get me so excited about this. They didn't look good as a football team. Iowa looked good. Okay, we say they had 3 big plays. They look. It's not you and I.
Yep.
Iowa State did not look good.
Hey.
So
this show's all by your opinions.
Right. All by our opinion. So I'm going to piggyback off that. The only thing else I say is maybe Iowa State ran a little vanilla playbook. Maybe Matt Campbell says, you know what? We don't need to do anything to win this game. So I'm going to do nothing. And I'm going to keep Kohler on the sideline. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to keep feeding Brees Hall. And we're just going to win by 6.
So Stoy, I like what you said. I like what you said though,
think that's
about
a very good
Iowa.
thought.
You think Iowa's going to throw them, or you think they're going to do that stuff? Because week 1, the outlandish comments that we heard from a different Big Ten coach, where he said, we didn't see those fronts. They didn't show us those looks.
Our boy Scott.
That was Scott Frost with Nebraska.
Scott
Right? So
Nebraska.
maybe he's doing, maybe Kirk Ferentz and the Hawkeyes are drawing something up where it's all Iowa State thinks they're going to do is run. And then all of a sudden they come out and then they throw the ball and they air it out a little bit. And
they're going to look at film, because we all watch film. I wish we could watch a lot more film on this show. I was going to look at the film and go, where can we attack? Every team does that, right? Who can we attack and how can we get there?
Secondary.
We have one of the best offense lines
in the country. They always do.
So we can protect our guys, right?
Yeah.
So obviously we're going to probe our run. We need to get our running backs involved, yada, yada, yada. Where can we attack? Iowa State is vulnerable in the back end. That's where they have to attack. And attack it all game long. Until they get a lead because their defense.
Spencer Petras? Yeah. Yep.
Him.
Go ahead. Him.
With that being said, again, I'm going to reverberate back to what I said. If you have a stout defense, you can take risks. Throwing the ball is a higher risk than running the ball.
Yeah.
Okay? So they're able to stick to this game plan, and as they should. One, I was never shown the ability to throw it up 40 times. I don't think they throw it 40 times.
Does anyone in the Big Ten throw the damn ball? No. No. It's like watching paint dry, but continue, Story. Sorry.
That's about it.
That's
Ohio
about it.
State.
So one team might have a 12.
One team.
Who is who?
Now let's,
the best team
let's
in the
flip
Big Ten.
that to, let's flip the film. Let's flip the film. Iowa State goes, how do we attack this defense? You got to throw the ball.
I mean, Iowa says, how do we attack Iowa State?
I just said that. Now we're flipped
missed it.
Oh, you're going the other way. Go ahead, my bad.
Iowa State looks at that defense and goes, that's really tough to run against. We have one of the best running backs in the country. How do we get him involved? Split him out. Split him out on those linebackers who are not the quickest. They never are in Iowa. And get him one-on-one matchups as much as you can.
So that plays
Problem is Iowa doesn't go man much. They love zone, and they love to keep everything in front of them.
Right.
So you have to be very precise on your passes. And I don't trust Purdy being that precise. Now, the caveat will be Kohler. Can he get open, which he will be able to get open? And can he force them into going man and bracketing?
And is he healthy?
Well,
he had a very intense ankle brace. I know that because I was standing right next to the big dude.
I'm going with the assumption is they just weren't going to play him anyway. And they're down.
So the ankle brace was just like, let me just pretend he's
that's
hurt.
Pretty accurate.
That's the in-state rivalry. You always do things like that. What'd you do?
Mind
Come on
games.
now. Mind
mind
games.
games.
Mind games.
I get it.
We played you and I and our top running back, Scotty Fedevang, shout out, by the way. One of the best running backs ever in the Des Moines area, especially East, also in our league. But one game, we decided that he gets hurt. And then we go try to throw an option pass with our other backup running back. You know, I didn't fall for it. However, you play those games. You're going to play those games, and I think Iowa State was doing so in that regard. If Purdy can be precise on his throws and attack those windows, they've got a decent chance.
I think that's a big thing you said, though. He has to be precise because Iowa's defensive backs, they looked good last week.
Yeah, well,
they were also
Indiana's quarterback
Indiana's quarterback
was throwing the ball.
But that's
up.
what
They
but
were
what
there.
I'm saying,
They were in position. They made the play.
Purdy has to be
Yes,
precise because
right.
Iowa's defensive backs looked
Do you
very
trust
good. Riley
Purdy to be
Moss looked
precise?
great.
No.
Windows are small. That being said, how does Iowa State's defense, what do? You're weak on the back end, right? You're going to have to get pressure. You have to stop the run first because they're going to try to wear you out.
Well, they got that beast, Rose, in there to stop.
What they need to do is they need to blitz him.
Yeah.
And they need to get pressure on Petrus dish, whatever his name is. Spencer. And get pressure in his face because he doesn't like pressure in his face because they're not used to throwing the ball. So for me, from a game, looking at tape and how do you attack offenses and defenses, because I've played both sides way too often, that's how this game's going to go. And if Purdy is on point, they're going to be in this game. If he is not, and he's throwing some flutter balls,
this line makes,
it'll be ugly if he's throwing flutter balls.
Sense.
He starts doing that, which he did games last year. There's no chance. There's no shot. They don't have a shot.
This line makes no sense. So something stupid.
Josh has something to say.
Something stupid's going to happen in this game, and this line makes no sense. And that's all I can keep saying. Iowa State did not look good last week. They did not against UNI.
They didn't.
They did not look good. So I'm going.
Is it pick time?
I think it's pick time. Let's start at Ryan. We'll get to me because I feel like I'm the biased one here and I'm outnumbered. So go ahead, Ryan.
So yeah, I like Iowa in the money line. Then obviously I like them to cover the spread and over under here.
This is easy.
Over under here under.
My opinion.
Those are my
my
three picks.
opinion. That's easy.
My opinion. I'm sticking with those. Yeah, Iowa under.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Iowa.
Skip Stoy.
I'm doing some research.
Yeah, he's doing something. I'm gonna go Iowa. Money line Iowa spread under. I will ride the Iowa under until the wheels fall off. Just like I'm gonna ride Bama until the wheels fall off.
You said Iowa under.
Iowa under.
Okay.
If it fits, it ships.
That was good. That was good.
I looked that up earlier too, Stoy.
I feel like Stoy's ready.
I am ready.
All right, go for it.
And I know we're all screaming under and stuff. You guys, everyone, and we always remember close games, right? We always, you guys, I'm looking at these points. I'm just going to go the last few years. 18-17, 13-3, right? Oh, yeah, it's going to be under. 44-41, 42-3, 31-17, 17-20, 27-21, 6-9, which was a hilarious year, by the way. 41-44, 35-35, 7-3. So, like,
some of these big ones though, they went into what, double overtime, triple
I'm
overtime.
gonna ride the Iowa under until the wheels fall off.
So money line Iowa, spread Iowa, and I am going to take the over, and it's for the fact that they're both going to score points.
Time out. Why do you think that?
Why do I think they're going to score points? What's going to happen is Iowa's defense Purdy's going to be on point at some point in the game. There's going to be a quarter or a couple series, and they're going to get quick.
I hate cutting you off because I love you.
But you
why in the hell do you think? Why do you think that? Why after what we just watched? Why does anyone think that?
I was trying to.
I'm sorry. I think his headphones are broken.
Purdy has the talent. He'll go in a spurt. He'll go a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half. That's when they're going to score 21 points. Okay. 17, 21 points in that little spurt. Problem is, Iowa's going to be up because of their defense, and they're also going to probably spot that. They'll probably be up 10-0 early, and then they're going to have to keep up in scoring, so they're going to end up with about 30 points. And it's going to be around that 30 to 21 area. That's why.
That's fair. That's not
over.
bad. You can't really argue that.
I don't mind
That's
that
why I'm
logic.
not. He's
I don't
right.
mind the
That
logic.
makes sense. What he just said made complete and utter sense. That's why I'm
Well,
not arguing it. 'Cause it made sense. Because now you're going to say something dumb, and I'm going to have to argue.
No. What I'm gonna
So
say.
I was holding this
All right,
in
I'm
to
glad.
wait for
I'm
you to
glad.
go because
I'm
I
glad.
know that you have something dumb to say about.
Can you let him go? Or
Let him go.
I have to cut your mic off?
On the contrary, I think Ferentz isn't going to learn from anything, and I think he's going to be his normal self, which is run the ball. Iowa State is going to do their strength and run the ball. So therefore, I'm definitely taking the under on this, for one. Two, I think Iowa State's offense turns it around. I think the O-line gets it together. I think the tight ends get more involved. I think the O-line actually gets some sink and creates some holes for Breece Hall. And I think Iowa State wins this. I'm taking Iowa State money line, Iowa State spread, and the under.
Quick question.
4.5.
Do you
is
know
such
who
a
calls
weird
the plays
number.
for Iowa?
No,
Ferentz' little son.
exactly. What's the common saying? Like
Daddy
father,
like
like
son.
son. Thank you. That's
No,
what I thought.
no.
That's why little James. Shout out little James.
But
he's young.
Shout
and
out Lil
You've
J.
seen a lot more shotgun. You've seen a lot more throwing. They're recruiting receivers. So what of that tells you that they're just going to stick to running the ball?
Because that's their strength.
Oh, speaking of receivers, if we're still here at 6:30, I can get 2 Iowa receivers on the phone. I can get Jack
I
Johnson.
mean, we could always
Deontay Vines.
break and then come back.
They said
Otherwise,
they
we're going to be like,
they said they have
hey
meetings
guys,
till 6:30.
it's 6.
They said they have meetings till 6:30. They said they can call them.
James.
Do we have the ability to do that?
No,
No.
not tonight.
No.
Damn it!
James, you did talk about little Jay. He did have a pretty sweet picture, or he got plugged into a famous Iowa State player's Instagram last week, didn't he?
Oh yeah, my son decided to just follow David Montgomery up the sideline like his little puppet.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
I saw the snap.
It was awesome.
In Insta.
Right. It was
legit.
awesome. He just and then David
legit.
Montgomery just kept telling him, "Come on, kid." He just kept signing all his stuff. So yes,
Beast.
who's going on Saturday? I'll be there.
I will not.
You're not going?
No.
Okay. Well,
I got little kid soccer at 10-1.
oh, my little kid's coming with me to this game. So I'm excited for this. I think it's great that College Gameday is going to be there. I think it's great that now they're both in the top 10. And I'm just going to keep saying this till I turn white in the face. This line makes no damn sense.
When does little Jay start football? By the way,
His first game is Sunday.
when can we start betting on his games?
Well, he called me last night. Little James called me last night, and he called me last night in so much excitement. He said, "Dad, they gave me a sweep. I stiff armed someone. I ran somebody over. I did a spin move and scored."
I was on the mic.
Yep, that's right. Josh heard it. You heard him say this.
I did hear it.
Called me to say this. I said,
that's my
"But did
boy.
you score?" He said, "Yeah, I scored." I said, "Did you do a dance?" "Yeah, I did a dance." And we out.
What dance did he do?
I don't know. Probably a Fortnite one. But it was,
Well then, it's time.